What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cobb here with PD Savage, and we're going to talk about our predictions for this weekend's pay-per-view, Full Gear 2023 from AEW. So let's get right on into it.
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm looking at the match card over here, and this actually airs, or the pay-per-view is actually tomorrow at the time of recording. But I'm going to start from the bottom of the list here and work our way up to the main event. First up, we have Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho versus the Young Bucks. What do you think about that one?
I think it's typical AEW booking. They break a team up just to have them fight the team with some random partner. I mean, it's a little bit better because it's Chris Jericho, not some random.
They're calling themselves the Golden Jets.
I saw that, and I'm not gonna lie. I don't watch a whole lot of AEW currently. When I saw the Golden Jets, I was like, "Who the?" Or the Golden Jet.
I think of Golden Jet, I think of Kevin Hart's nickname in the movie Central Intelligence with The Rock. He was the Golden Jet.
Yes, he was the Golden Jet.
That's all I can think of.
I'm there with you.
I don't know who I have winning this one. I'm going to probably go Omega and Jericho, but I don't have a real reason behind it. It's kind of a flip of a coin answer.
Yeah, I was kind of going with the Young Bucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think...
Same reasoning?
No, I think that there's going to be a turn of some sort.
Okay.
I just don't see Jericho and Omega being loyal to each other for that much longer.
Yeah, kind of think back to the whole Alpha versus Omega storyline from several years ago when wrestling was red hot, it seemed like. Yeah, I can see that. So do you think Kenny turns on Jericho or Jericho turns on Kenny? And could we see something where Jericho walks off with the Bucks? We've seen it before.
That was my initial thought, because that would make sense and be different and interesting.
Yes.
That's how I would book it. But as we discussed last episode, Tony Khan isn't always the best booker. So I think Omega will turn on Jericho and reunite with the Bucks.
Even though they were together a few weeks ago.
Correct.
Up next, we have Sting, Darby Allin, and Adam Copeland. That's going to take some getting used to. Against Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne.
You got to look. On one side of the match, the total ages are, I don't know, 80.
Don't bring that up.
On the other side, the total ages are like 130. I think Darby is going to be in this match a lot.
Yep.
And what you forgot to mention was Sting, Darby, and Cope have someone at ringside with them.
Who do they have?
They have the dirtiest player of the game, Ric Flair, in their corner.
I completely forgot about that because I don't care to see Ric Flair on my TV, and I haven't in about 15 years.
I'm with you. I don't want to see him. And the fact that he said that he can take bumps in AEW means that I can see Ric Flair. He's going to take a bump.
Oh, God.
I don't know if it's going to be a table bump, but he's going to bump.
Does he blade?
I hope not. I mean, at this point, his skin's so damn
He's probably
thin.
planning it, but somebody's going to step in and be like, hey, no.
At his age, he can blade the piece of paper.
So my take is I don't see Sting winning on his little farewell tour. Also, I like Christian Cage, but the whole, what are they even called? I forgot what they were called. I forgot their little stable name. It doesn't do much for me. Christian I like as a heel, but I don't see Sting losing, and this is Edge's first pay-per-view match. Well, I mean, Adam Copeland.
Yeah, whatever his name is. No, I don't see Sting losing. Has Sting lost in AEW yet?
I don't know.
He has.
I don't know.
I may be wrong, but I want to say that Sting is undefeated in AEW. I know he has not been beaten singles, but I don't see them losing this match. I think Nick Wayne is going to take the pinfall.
Also, do you say you're fantasy booking his last match? Should it be Sting versus Darby one-on-one?
Yes, that's what I said. When he announced his retirement, I said
Yep.
that Darby needs to turn on Sting, and then they can do Darby versus Sting. And that
I agree.
his entire run in AEW has been alongside Darby Allin.
I agree. So our next match is going to be the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship match with MJF and To Be Announced versus the Guns. I don't know.
This is also the prelim match. So this is going to be live on YouTube, correct?
I don't know. Stand by. You keep talking.
I have it pulled up right now, and it says it's the prelim.
Okay.
So I'm guessing that's going to be live on YouTube. The buy-in, whatever. Yeah. I don't see MJF losing to the Guns.
Right.
Kind of interested to see who his tag team partner is going to be, but I figure it's just going to be Billy Gunn or something. I don't think it's going to be
anybody important.
Like a huge surprise.
I was thinking maybe Max Caster.
I can see that.
For me, I don't see the Guns losing to MJF either. I think MJF's going to take this if he takes it in a handicap match like he did against the Righteous. But I'm a pretty big fan of the Guns. For whatever reason, they're just like their entrance. Remember that time they came out to Mini Men by 50 Cent? That struck a nerve with me. Like I like the Guns. I like their whole presentation. If they were a little more serious, I believe they could be something special in AEW. But I see MJF taking it.
No, I am 100% agreeing with you. I love the Guns. I love the story of their rise.
Yes.
They're very talented.
Oh, yeah. Especially considering Colton has only been wrestling like 3 years, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't going to be a wrestler. He just ended up being really good at it. I mean, it is in his genes.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't see the Ass Boys winning this one.
All right, so it seems like we've agreed except for the first match so far. Up next, we have the Texas Death Match with Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. What do you think about this one?
I think that this is an odd match type for Swerve. He's not really known as a fighter. He's very good. He's very fast and quick, but he's very aerial.
Yes.
A lot of high flying. So the death match doesn't really suit him. I want to say he has done some stuff for GCW back in the day before he was Isaiah Scott in his WWE run.
I think the storyline deserved more than a standard singles match. And since it was Hangman, they went the Texas Death Match route. Did you see where Hangman attacked? It was some indie show. He attacked Swerve last night or 2 nights ago.
I did not see that. I did not.
Yeah, he did like an old school indie run in and just wiped him out. And then they had that really like touchy promo on Wednesday as well.
I don't see Hangman losing this because it's a Texas Death Match. And for whatever reason, he's usually on the winning side of these Texas Death Matches.
I'm going to go Swerve, and I'm going to use it as a way where they could take Swerve to the next level, but they're not going to. I think it might be just a win for him that's going to end up being meaningless.
And I'm sure we'll get another blood and guts figure from this pack.
Yeah, probably. I'm surprised. Has Hangman really bled? Anyway, we'll get into that later. AEW International Championship match with Orange Cassidy and Moxley.
I definitely see Moxley getting the win on this one.
Really?
They didn't mean to take the belt off of him in the first place. They took the belt off him because Ray Phoenix knocked him the fuck out.
I don't think they should have taken it off Orange in the first place. And I'm not the biggest Orange Cassidy fan, but the thing was working for him. He was putting on pretty decent matches with the title.
I mean, Orange Cassidy is very over, and he is great for what he does.
Yes.
People call him lazy, this, that, but if you've never ran ropes before, you don't know how difficult it is, especially with no hands.
I hope one day he eventually drops the whole sloth gimmick, because from what I've seen, when he actually gets like geared up, he's pretty fun to watch.
No, he's very entertaining. I think the lazy kicks and stuff like that really pops the crowd.
Throw that
And
out.
without
Okay.
that, without that, I mean, he's just very
Another guy.
bland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do see Mox winning this one.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think you're right. I want Orange Cassidy, but I'm gonna go Mox too because I think it just makes the most sense.
And he wasn't supposed to lose the belt at Battle of the Belts.
Right.
He
You're
lost
right.
because he got knocked out.
Yeah, that was ugly. Up next, we have the AEW TBS Championship match with Chris Statlander, Julia Hart, and Sky Blue.
This is one of the matches that I was looking at. And I'm like, oh, I don't know who's going to win this match.
Do you think they do it with Sky just to please the AEW middle-aged men?
Nope.
I think Statlander deserves it, but I think Julia Hart has done such great character work in the past year alone. I wouldn't mind her winning it, but I don't see them taking off Statlander.
No, I'm going with Julia Hart.
Okay.
They've really built her up the past year. Like you said, she's done great character work, from going as one of the like little cheerleaders with the varsity club, whatever they were called, to House of Black. Like, she has improved so much over the last 12 months, and they've really, really been showing her as dominant, and I think she's going to win it.
Okay. So say Julia wins. Is that the time to call Statlander up to the main women's title?
I don't know.
The crowd loves her. She's pretty decent in the ring.
No, I'm a Stat fan. I've always thought she was really good.
Yes.
But I think that's why they added Sky Blue to the match, so that they can get the belt off of Stat and not have her take the pinfall.
And then Julia Hart could get whatever heat you can give Julia Hart, because I don't think she's going to get booed.
No.
Also, side note, judge me if you want to, that stained glass window hat that she wears, I think it's just one of the, like, give me one of those. I could wear that all day long. Would you show up to work wearing that?
Probably not. Man, I don't think you can pull it off either. Yeah, I'm just.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The light shines. I think it just looks awesome.
I mean, it's a cool concept. It's just very unique.
Yes. All right. So we're going. I'm going Stat because I'm hopeful, and you're going Julia Hart. But your reasoning makes a lot of sense, and I didn't have much. The women's championship match. We have Hikaru Shida versus Toni Storm. You have to put it on Toni again, right?
Yeah, I don't see how you wouldn't. I want to say she's probably the only woman in AEW now that's getting TV time each week.
That is true.
It may be silent and during picture-in-picture,
yeah,
but it's TV time.
Yeah.
They put Luther with her.
Go ahead.
They put Luther with her, so she even has a little servant, which I don't really get, but it is what it is.
It's probably because you look like him.
Maybe. I'm just sexier. But I think it would be silly not to put the title on Toni, or put the title back on Toni, because Shida just doesn't put asses in seats. She hasn't, and she probably never will.
For a long time, we've talked about this. It was Britt Baker or bust for the AEW women's division, and I still think we're there to a degree. I will say, I think the TBS championship match, everybody likes all three of those people.
Yes.
I mean, I think Sky Blue's kind of bland, but I see why people love her. But as far as Stat and Julia Hart, people love them. And I think Toni's really got the people behind him right now, even though she's a heel. So I'm going Toni with you. I think it's the only call.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree.
I think they're still trying to pay Shida back for being the champ during the pandemic. And I understand that, but I mean, I don't know.
She doesn't get a crowd reaction. She doesn't.
No,
Maybe
and
from
there's
the like
nothing
AEW
wrong with her.
diehards. No, she gets the pop from the AEW diehards that have been behind her ever since she showed up.
Right.
But the casual viewer or the majority of the AEW audience, she doesn't do it.
Okay. We have the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. I didn't even know this was happening until I looked at the list. We have Ricky Starks and Big Bill, which is one issue. La Facción Ingobernable, which I think that's going to be what, Roosh and Preston Vance?
No, Jalistico.
Jalisco and
Roosh.
Roosh, okay. Versus FTR versus Malachi Black and Brody King.
Oh,
this is a crowded match.
This is a crowded match. And I don't watch AEW Weekly, as we all know. But I follow it. I read the results. And it's very crowded and not a whole lot of storytelling leading into it.
I still don't get the Ricky Starks and Big Bill pairing.
I still don't get the Big Bill name. Like,
well, yeah. I mean,
I heard Big Bill is what they call Cosby in jail.
Big Cass was a stupid name too, but it just kind of it worked. Bill's just like the old guy that's at the diner every Tuesday, and you run into him.
Yeah, and that is 100% right. Like, Bill sounds like a very old man. When you
right,
say
he's
Big
probably
Bill,
chill, but I don't want him wrestling.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess Big Bill kind of reminds me of Bill Clinton.
Well, that too. And then Facción and Ingobernable, I don't understand the whole turning Preston Vance and then not really doing anything with him when he left the Dark Order. So that just kind of rubs the wrong way. But FTR, who is always reliable to put the titles on.
Always.
And I think House of Black, I've been saying this. I wish that Malachi would go to the main championship picture and have Brody and Buddy just destroy everybody in his path. Kind of do it the way that the Elite did or the Super Elite did with Kenny Omega, but not as like corny, like just dead serious, like Yakuza mob boss level cool stuff. Because they've shown they can do it.
Yeah, and I mean Malachi Black is probably the one person in AEW that they really dropped the ball on, like more than anyone else. They dropped the ball on quite a few people. But Malachi Black, you had the surprise debut because everybody thought he had a 90-day clause, he had a 30-day clause.
That was a cool debut.
It was phenomenal. He is so damn good. His in-ring matches, I mean, he could wrestle freaking one of the wrestling buddies and have a 5-star match. Like, he is so damn good. So I really want to see Malachi and Brody win it because I want to see Malachi get some tin around his waist again.
See, I don't want them to win it because I want them to be higher up the card.
But I don't see Malachi getting there in AEW. I don't think they see him as the face.
I don't think so either. I even would love the idea of him winning the international title and kind of doing the same trajectory. I don't see it happening. I don't see anybody winning this besides FTR, and I don't have a reason behind that. I don't think why are Starks and Bill the champions. I don't think the crowd is behind Ingobernable enough. The Japan faction is one thing, but the American-Mexican one isn't there.
This match has really got me torn because I want to see FTR do it or I want to see Black and Brody do it. And I'm pretty sure they took the belts off of FTR because of an injury. But it just seems like they're always getting injured.
Yeah.
One or the other. And then the legal problems. I feel like they're going to keep the belts on Starks and Wild Will or Big Bill or whatever the hell he's calling him now.
Wild Will. Well, Like we've kind of agreed. We both I think Starks goes in that Malachi section where I want both of them to move up the card because I don't think there's a reason not to. I think they both have a lot to offer, and they're in the tag team division. All right, the final match of the show is going to be MJF versus Jay White, and there's bonus points if you can guess what insult MJF is going to put on his elbow pad.
Yeah, I'm gonna say blow me.
Okay, you can say
I doubt it, but I would. That's what he should do.
So who do you have?
Well, I think MJF's going to win it. I don't see them taking the belt off of him.
Not until the double pays off.
And I also think that they're trying to keep that belt on him because they don't want him leaving the company.
Yeah, even though it is story, like it makes you think that he has re-signed because it is November and he still has the freaking championship. So it's like, did he re-sign? Are they doing like a 2011 Punk style thing? What's going on? I don't know. I will say this: the idea of Jay White and the Guns winning the championships does excite me. Just because I like those three. I don't really care for Juice, but those three I do like. I don't see that happening.
No, I don't see that happening. I don't see Jay White being the guy that carries the main title in AEW. And I definitely don't see Jay White being the guy that dethrones Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
Yeah, I think MJF's kind of on a hot streak, and they've really kind of booked themselves into a corner unless he does resign. So we'll go through one more time, lightning round. I'll name a match. I'll name who I think. You name who you think to wrap it up for everybody, and then we will close out of here. So the Golden Jets versus the Young Bucks. I'm going Jets.
Bucks.
Sting and Combo versus Christian and Combo. I'm going Sting.
Yep, got to go with the geriatric squad.
Ring of Honor tag team. I'm going MJF.
MJF all the way.
Texas Deathmatch. I'm going Swerve.
Hangman.
International Championship. I'm going Orange Cassidy.
Mox.
I might have said Mox earlier, but I'm sticking with Orange Cassidy. TBS Championship. I'm going Statlander.
Going with Julia.
Women's Championship. Tony Storm for me.
Definitely going to be Tony Storm as well.
Tag Team Championship match. I'm going FTR. It's hard to bet against them.
I'm going to go
exactly.
Big Bill.
World Championship match. MJF and Jay White. You got to go with Max.
Got to go salt of the earth, baby.
All right, so you guys, if you're watching this afterwards, which I doubt you will be, you can flame us in the comments below because I'm sure we've gotten plenty of these wrong. But that is going to be it for today. Follow me on It's Cobb on all socials. Follow PD Savage at Dog Pound Wrestling anywhere that you can find internet. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and last but not least,
stay savage.